Hi, my name is Anita, and my last video I talked about my regrets for not utilizing on my mat leave and returning back to work. Well, thank you for all those that has watched, the ones that have subscribed. Thank you so much. So today I will be sharing some tips on what is helping me as I'm back now working full time and what you can do even if you utilize your 1 year leave and you need to go back to work. There's this mom guilt, there's this anxiety that comes with going back to work after a year or a year and 6 months, or even going back to work after a short time, returning fully back to work. The mom guilt of how do I cope with baby? How do I care for myself? Sometimes it comes with a lot of disorganization. You're just here and there. You are worried. Where do you need to drop off your baby? Child care. You're thinking of waking up in the morning. I have some strategies I was able to utilize that is helping me ongoing now and would also be useful to you. I will be listing them in no particular order. I have them on my iPad here. So occasionally you would see me look down just to get the points in order for me not to miss out on anything. So join me while I list out some of this. So if you are a new mom in Canada, in the UK, or anywhere, these strategies, it's not only related to new moms in Canada, it is related to new moms anywhere, even in Nigeria, in the US. If you are able to put together these strategies, it will be very useful to you. You find yourself not being so overwhelmed, not being exhausted, not being agitated. The anxiety of going back will be very, very minimal. So let's get into it. Firstly, if you're a new mom and you are to return back to work, one major thing that it's recommended you do is to have a gradual return. Myself, I went back once and it was stressful. I found myself regularly requesting for off time. Oh, I need to see the doctor because I was breaking down. I broke down. I was falling sick regularly. So gradual return. You don't need to return fully at once. You could start gradually. You could decide to start part-time. Maybe this week you could decide to work for half day. I know in Nigeria we do that. We don't return fully. I think for 3 weeks or 2 weeks we return gradually. So that helps us to fall back to the routine of going back to work, fall back to the routine of organize ourselves on and giving our mind that mind shift of okay, I'm ready now to go back to work. This is when I now wake up to go to work. This is how my schedule is. So just trying to shape our body, our minds, our brain on the new normal now coming in. And this planning gradual return, you may not have to return on one day so that you don't get stressed waking up each day trying to go back to work even though you're working part-time. So you could plan your return coming back on Wednesday so that you just do it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then you have the weekend to yourself. Then next week also you take maybe Monday to Thursday or Tuesday to Friday. Just take it gradually so your body can acclimatize to the new normal or to the change and you will not break down doing it. So plan a gradual return. It's not just you determining when. You would have to have a good conversation with your manager. I don't know what is obtainable, but I know in Canada they don't frown against it. And I don't think any place will frown against a mom saying, because of my mental health and I want my body to get acclimatized to my return, I want a gradual return, not a full return. They usually appreciate it. Having an open communication about that is very important. Another second thing is organizing childcare in advance. Childcare in Canada is a big deal. It's a struggle. It's not what we have back home, whereby you can walk into any daycare and just say, I want to enroll my child today. Can my child resume tomorrow? And they say, oh yes, your child can come back. No. Here in Canada and also in the UK, there's a lot of backlogs because of limited spacing, limited day homes and daycares because they are licensed, and there are a lot of scrutiny, a lot of things that come in. You don't just wake up and open a daycare or a day home or a child care like we have in Nigeria. You need to pass through a lot of paperwork, there are scrutinies. You have people coming to check your place. Is it fit for you to accept babies? So when you have ascertained okay to proceed in owning yours, there are a lot of requirements. So that is why it's not so easily found everywhere. And when any new one is coming up, before you know it is filled up because there is limited space. So it is recommended if you're in Canada or UK, start early to apply for your child. Send in an application, be on the organizations on the day or daycare's wait list. People go as far as applying when they are pregnant for their child and requesting for the day home daycare to put their child on the wait list because it's not, this is your child. You cannot just send your child to any day home or daycare. You need to make your investigations. You need to go there. You'll be invited to see the environment. You make your research. You find out from different groups, your WhatsApp, you make your inquiries. Do we have parents, children in this day home or daycare? How is it? Is he okay? Because not all daycares may be so favorable to you. You know, as babies, we want a very clean environment because the tendency of children or babies resuming they can fall sick is there. They bring back cough, catarrh. You want to know, okay, whenever you tell them things about your baby or your complaints, or what you want them to do for your babies. How do they receive it? What was the reception like? You just want somewhere. There's a day home you walk into as a mom. You just feel relaxed. Your heart just accepts it. That's your mindset. You know, we mothers, our intuition are very fast. We don't play with what we think, especially when it comes to our babies. When we get into a place and you just see us smile, our heart accepts there. I once had a day home I wanted to put my child, but she had all the beautiful things, everything. But I was not just comfortable. I wasn't happy. Everything she was telling me, I just feel, no, I can't drop my child here. Later on, I started hearing some complaints. Oh, she's not caring for the baby. So although not here in Canada, a lot of complaints. She wasn't caring so well for the babies. But the other one I went to, though she had limited things compared to the other one, but I just fell in love with the place. I felt realized my baby went in and started playing. So as mother, work with your instinct. That thing you feel is very important. That thing you feel, it's important. You know, we mothers, apart from being a mother, there is a lot of strength God has given to us that we easily know, no, I don't feel this is okay for my child. So work with your intuition, work with what you feel. So you still need to move around to your inquiries, check the daycares, know the ones you feel it's okay by your spirit and you're okay with, to proximity to your either your workplace or your home. So there are a lot of factors to consider. As we immigrants living abroad, we love a daycare where we also see other immigrants' children. So our child will not be the only child of color there. Though your child may also be the only child of color, then the child will be well cared for. But we just want just that level ground, that settlement. So you need to apply on time. Some people go as far as applying when they are even pregnant to be on the wait list while waiting for when they will be called upon. So ensure your name is there. Put in your application. Don't feel my child is not yet there because when your child will be ready to go for the day home or daycare, you may not have a slot. And don't send an application to just one place. Send it to various day homes depending. So the one you are targeting will not disappoint you. You could be in that day home and the one you feel is closer to you or you ticks more of the buttons comes up and they say they have an availability, then you move your baby over. But just bear in mind that moving babies over sometimes affects them because they are trying to settle. So make sure your day home or daycare for child's care is settled. A third point to consider is importance of communicating with your employer. Confirm when your return should be. Have that discussion with your manager. Let them know at the moment you will be needing flexibility at work, not just full return. And as a mom coming back, we have this mom fag. Sometimes we easily forget. You should just have that rapport, that collaborate, that communication and friendliness with your manager so that you can be given a soft level ground to easily integrate into the system again, come back, feel well rested, and just coming back and facing huge workload. And yeah, it could be very detrimental. It's important to have that conversation with your manager regularly, even when you return back to work, have that conversation, how you're feeling, your mental health, how you coping with the work, is there any challenge, is there any concern? A regular check-in, regular conversation with your manager will really help. It will help you determine the project, it will put you on the responsibilities, the team, and a lot of things to consider when they are trying to get responsibility and to ensure that you are fully accommodated. What one is prepare emotionally. As moms, we have this mom guilt easily. Dropping off your babies. I cried. That first stage of dropping my babies off, I cry a lot. And I've also heard from some mothers that they also cry. They feel this mom guilt, you have this feeling of, is this work really worth it? Why do I need to leave my baby? Will they be able to care for your baby? And trust me, mom, no one can care for your baby like you, but believe that they will do their best to ensure your baby is okay and comfortable. So that mom guilt, you have to prepare yourself emotionally. For me, I did too. While doing the preparation in advance for the next day drop off, I'm already crying. My husband will be encouraging me. I'm already tearing up, asking myself, is it really worth it? Why do I want to drop this child off? When I drop my babies off, I will stay by the door trying to hear their voice when they are crying. Sometimes my husband is even the one that helps me drop the child because they know that I wouldn't want to leave. And when you drop them, that separation as you're turning around, oh my God, it's really heartbreaking. So you have to prepare yourself emotionally because mom guilt will hit you hard. But you just have to know that you are doing the best for yourself and you are doing the best for your child. Why feeling more guilt? Another thing that could also help you is mom support groups where you guys share ideas, encourage yourself. Just let yourself know that the baby will be okay. She still loves you. Nothing is happening. So having that community of mothers coming around you and coming around yourselves gives you a shield and helps you stronger emotionally. And then we have the moms to mom support group. The other online groups I'm also into. We talk about babies, talk about ourselves, self-care. Sometimes we lose ourselves because of childbearing, but having that community just gives you a sense of belonging. For mothers, it is important to have a routine. It's not like when you are back home, you are home now. The fifth reason is having a daytime and nighttime routine. Things are changing. You wake up very early to prepare yourself and prepare for baby. It's not the time when you're a mathlete, just have your time, do things at your time. Now you now have to wake up maybe by 6, 7, get yourself ready. So before then, start training yourself and your baby on your routine. A month too, you can start doing all those things you need to do when you resume. By so doing, the baby's understanding that babies strive more routine. That is why a baby you've been able to train that by 8 p.m. is bedtime. By 8, they're already feeling sleepy, getting ready to bed because they've been trained on that routine. So you prepare a routine with 2 weeks or a month before resumption. So train yourself, train your baby, train the brain. The brain needs to understand, is there any change? We need to wake up this time now. We need to go to bed this time now. So when you have this routine, doing that routine to involve setting out your clothes, work clothes, babies, day home, daycare clothing, sort out your meal preps in advance, just get things ready. Is there anything you need to do first day before the next day? Do everything. Just start doing it a month to 2 weeks, 3 weeks to your resumption. When your body get acclimatized to all those changes, don't wait till the day you want to resume. You break down. It will look very stressful. So when you start doing this meal, start creating this routine for yourself. When you resume, it will no longer be a stress because you've been able to practice and get used to it. The reason is sorting out, pumping, or breastfeeding. So having the conversation to find out what is the organization's take on pumping breaks. There are some organizations that have 15 minutes for mothers to go in and just pump. Do they have any specific section? That is if you're working in person. If you're working remotely, there is this automatic breast pump you can put, very small and portable, and you go on your chores, your normal tasks and responsibilities. That one also works very well. But if you're going in person, you can still get the automatic breast pump, so you don't need to put any wires and do some connections. Have the conversation with your manager on what the organization's take on pumping breaks. Is there any section, any selected areas for maternity mothers to go do their thing? So having that conversation will be very important. But second is self-care, prioritize self-care and rest. Motherhood, pregnancy and motherhood takes a toll on our health, our physical being, our emotional being as mothers. And it takes a lot of struggle trying to prioritize self-care and rest. For myself, by saying this, I'm also encouraging myself. It's important for us to devote, even if it's 15 minutes, to just go and have a little nap without any distractions. Sometimes some people say, how do? I don't have any help. That is why communication with your partner is very important. Someone visited me. She said, I came to see you and also the baby. And after playing with baby, she looked at me and came close and said, how are you doing? I want to know how you are doing. I felt teary. He said, because most times people just say, oh, baby, baby, baby. Nobody cared to check up on how the mother is doing, how she's surviving. And you know what she told me? Can I hold the baby? You can have some nap. I said, no, let me keep you company. You know, in Nigeria, when you have a baby and someone comes, you are presenting gifts, you are doing this. She said, no, don't offer me anything. She carried my baby. I said, please sleep. I said, no, I won't feel come. He said, even though you're not sleeping, just lie down and nap. Don't say anything. And I appreciated it. And as if I was joking, I told her, no, don't worry. When she said, lie down, nap, I was lying down. And I dozed off. When I woke up, I slept for like 40 minutes. She did not interrupt me. She fed baby. She cleaned up. I know, yes, it must be a trusted person. Yeah, that's true. Someone that you can rely on. But it was worth it. So we should all, people should let us not see mothers how they are doing personally, because we struggle a lot and we use smiles to cover it up. Ask a nursing mother, a new mom around you, even though the baby is 1 year. My baby will be 1 soon, and it's also a stage for me now, even though my baby is 1 year. Ask me how I'm doing because we are going through a lot. Just check up on that mother. Ask her how she's doing. Ask her if she needs some rest. Yeah, we need rest. We do need rest. Because I can't imagine myself when last I had 8 hours rest. For what? Who dash me? Who dash me 8 hours? I dey use 8 hours do it. When I sleep around 12. And then by 3 I wake up to feed the baby. By 7 I wake up. Who dash you? But in all, we women, we are very strong. We shoulder a lot of things and come out with a beaming smile as if there's nothing we are doing. Jehovah God created us so powerfully. We are doing well. Any mom out there, whether you're a mother, prospective mother, you're yet to be a mother, but you're a woman, you are doing absolutely well. You have the strength, you are shouldering a lot, and you are beautiful. Let's don't lose ourselves during childbirth. It's important for us to prioritize our self-care and rest. 15 minutes rest. Sometimes when I have 15 minutes rest and I wake up, it's like I've slept for the whole day because I feel so refreshed, feel so fulfilled. I just feel so different. So you can imagine how 15 minutes of rest can do for someone, let alone a mom now having the opportunity to sleep for an hour or two. Oh, that would be lovely. It's important for us not to lose the things we do before we started having children. It's not always easy, but we just tend to prioritize ourselves. So that people will not look at us and say, it seems you were better when you were single. Then why trying to prioritize self-care and rest? Let's try not to do everything. When I got married, my husband is an extremely neat person. He loves his bed to be laid. He even makes it and say nobody should sit on it. So coming in to a man that is clean, I had to maintain what he was doing. When we had children from my first, I was trying to keep up with that needs part. But after some time, I was breaking down. When we had the second one, when he come back, I said, oh, he will come back with his suit and he will start arranging. Well, that's good. He works. It's handy. He works a lot. And one time I asked him, I said, no, today is jumping day. It's okay for us to jump the toys and move around. It's okay for things to just be there. Because I don't want to break down. I don't want to buy, you know. So allow things be. I utilize any help that comes. We mothers, when someone say, oh, do you need help? I always want to say, don't worry. They should worry. Enough for the stage I am in now. If anybody comes to me and say, oh, Anita, do you need any help? I need, please come in. What do you want me to? Please help me and sweep here. Help me and arrange. Just help me do something. Help me and get groceries. It's something. But when we want to shoulder everything, we'll break down. And let's not forget our babies, our loved ones, we are ourselves. We need ourselves to be healthy, to be strong. So let's accept whatever helps comes in. You know the ones that are okay for you to accept, and you know the ones you are not comfortable with to accept. It is to have an open communication with your partner. Your partner is your support system. Tasks will be shared. I know there are some family dynamics differ. There are some men that are not so hands-on. That does not mean we don't have, we women or as a wife, you shouldn't appreciate the little your husband can do. There are some that are hands-on, so no need for the comparison. Because sometimes if a man is good at this area, the other man is not good at that area. But what something that is constant in life is learning, change. You can also learn. While cooking this, you can learn. My husband, as he was saying, can you teach me how to make jollof rice? He makes everything, but that jollof rice, it's not his thing. So it's not a bad thing. Like myself, I started cooking in my husband's house. That's a story for another day. I think that's a challenge for last borns or last daughters. The senior ones tend to do everything, and we find out we don't do anything. So you discuss that, prioritize tasks. It could be helping with caring for baby so you could nap for some time. It could just be, okay, can you wake up to feed baby? Team makes the dream work or something. And we are in it together. This time is draining everybody, so it could be overwhelming. So it is good to have that conversation. Those things are part of the major reasons a lot of marriages are brought suffer. Open communication. Back home, you can easily get a nanny, get someone on the street, come and clean my house, come and do that. Not that you can get it here, but it's quite pricey. It comes with a lot. So all the responsibilities comes down to you and your spouse, you and your husband shouldering it. So having that open communication will really help the home move forward. Another thing is be flexible with yourself and celebrate your wins. Don't be rigid. Don't feel this is how things need to be done. This is how it has to be done. Be flexible. You're a woman. A woman should be soft. You need soft life. Just be flexible and appreciate your little win. Going back to work is also a win. It's okay for you to once in a while feel down. It happens. But the main thing is the ability to stand up, pick yourself up again, put up your beaming smile and keep going. Going back to work is a big win. Celebrate it. Yeah, I'm returning back to work. It's a big win for me. Yeah, because it's a privilege having a job you're going back to. Going to create value, creating value in your home, going back to work, creating value. So it's a big win. When you even surmount 1 week after resumption, get yourself a champagne, get yourself a drink. Yeah, I did it. I did not break down. Yeah, it's a big win because it's usually a stressful one. So celebrate that wins, those tiny wins, those things you feel are tiny. It says a little drop of water makes a big ocean. Those tiny ones, while you celebrate it, gives you opportunity to celebrate the bigger one. And let yourself be flexible. Anything that comes, enjoy the flow. You'll see that everything just fall into shape. So when you put all these strategies in place, you will not, the anxiety, the mom guilt of returning back to work wouldn't be there. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you need me to talk about, and let's get that going. Mind you, this, what I listed, it's in no particular order. Just determine what works for you and get it going. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. In this together, just the way I'm saying all this, I'm also encouraging myself because I'm also a new mom. And I wish you all the best. Wish you a great return, transition back to work without any hassle, without any stress, without the mom guilt.